things that I might have heard about Africa was just bad. You know, they talk about like, yo, it's diseases and people are the poor, right? They look like us, they dress the same way, but you know, it's like, you know, everybody's kind of a little bit separate.
Is it because of the culture? Is that the
I think it is because you know, Africans that come to America don't play around. They really get to the bag. They really, cost of living is so much different than in America. I think I paid basically what I would pay for a month of rent for a whole year of rent.
How much are you traveling for?
Yeah, I just came here. I think I spent like, it was like $5 in the store. They took half of everything I had in the bag. So I knew that I was on to something. I had like the oil, the gold, the bauxite, all that stuff. That's for the politicians, you know what I'm saying? But what's for us is all this stuff. I feel like I got a second chance at this. Like, you know, I don't know if people laugh at me when I say it, but I feel like, you know, you don't get a second chance at life. And I think I'm doing it, you know, this is my second leg.
So today's video is sponsored by Selly's Choice. Selly's Choice sells a range of pure mulberry silk products. If you've been on the market for a new pillowcase, because you're sleeping on cotton, which you shouldn't be doing, head over to the website. They have an amazing gift set on there. And anything you purchase from the store, 2% of the proceeds will go to an amazing NGO called the Strength Project. The Strength Project is all about ending poverty among vulnerable women in low-income communities. So if you'd like to support, head over to sellyschoice.com and have a look at what they have in store. Hey guys, welcome back. So today I have a guest with me.
I'm in the building.
He's in the building. Cashew Daddy we have. Okay. What's your real name?
My name is Monty.
Monty?
Monty, a real English name, right?
I've heard people call you something else.
Coffee.
Gusto?
On Friday, Gusto, yes. I have several names.
Why do you have so many names?
I think it's just the different stages of life, right? And it kind of stuck with me. So, you know, Gusto is the name, you know, in college, playing basketball, you know, in music. So a lot of people know me as Gusto the Great. And, you know, Monty is my name my mother gave me. Okay. Coffee is Friday born, so that's my Ghana stage right now. You heard?
See.
And yeah, those are the different names. And I guess now I'm Cashew Daddy.
Cashew Daddy. That's all I know you by, Cashew Daddy.
I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah. So what's Cashew Daddy about?
So Cashew Daddy is the brand. You know, I didn't start off to call myself, you know, Daddy or Cashew Daddy or anything like that. But that was the name that I came up with for the brand of cashews that I manufacture. So I'm adding value to the cashew crop, one of the resources out here in Ghana. And yeah, that's how the name came about.
Okay, interesting. So are you Ghanaian?
So, you know, I would say I'm definitely Ghanaian, but, you know, those are my ancestors. You know, but my parents are both from South America, Guyana. My mother's side of the family always identified with Ghana. I thought it was just one of those things being in America, like, you know, but my mother is definitely not a Pan-Africanist. It was just something that was handed down to her through, you know, the generations that this is where we came from.
I see. Okay. So what prompted you to move from the States to Ghana?
All right, cool. So it wasn't, like I said, definitely wasn't a Pan-African thing. It was really about the music. So, you know, I'm a music administrator. And when I got involved with this project, you know, that was going on where they were signing artists in Africa, you know, I just fell in love with the project and wanted to get here. So when I had the opportunity to come here, working with the label, I did. You know, I came here. I was here for a month and a half in 2020. I worked with some really dope artists, you know, put together some music, did some things as far as management. And actually even signed a producer after coming here the first time that still works with us and does a lot of great work for us. Yeah, so, you know, it's just been, you know, it's just been one thing to the next in regards to coming to Ghana. But yeah, that's how it all started.
So had you been to Africa before that at all?
Nope, not at all. They had no intentions of coming to Africa. You know, in America, when we grew up, you know, I'm born and raised in America. So I've seen a lot. And even Ghanaians that grew up in America from a young age can tell you that, you know, the stereotypes of Africa is not anything.
What did you hear about Africa?
What did I see? You know, what they were showing us. So, you know, things that I might have heard about Africa was just bad. You know, they talk about like, yo, it's diseases and people are you know, the poor, right? You know what I mean? Things like that. And then you seen when we were young, you were seeing, you know, during the cartoons we were watching, they have commercials. And right when the commercial goes on, they show us like feed the children with kids with flies, and they say that's Africa. So you identifying with the tone on the skin, right? But you like you can't identify with that You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you can see that it's a black person like you, but you can't identify as a young person and say, yo, that's what's good. So you change the channel. When you change the channel, it's on another channel. It's like literally you change the channel to channel and you're seeing the same thing. So it definitely was a conspiracy to have us not, you know, even look at Africa or look at Africans as if we were African. Yeah.
So you never thought that there's a connection to Africa with you?
Oh no, I didn't think it was any connection. I thought like, I don't know who them people are, but they not, you know, who I am.
So how did you identify yourself then? Like in terms
I was
of
Guyanese. My parents are from Guyana. So even though like I was born in America, I identified as being a Guyanese, right? That was my culture. That's what my mom and them was growing me under. And come to find out when I came here, it was like the same things, right? It was like the same culture. We left from Africa to the Caribbean, same thing, right? A lot of the same things, you know, when it comes down to religion, when it comes down to some of our culture and things that we do, words that we say, a lot of it is the same. So yeah, you know, that's what I identified as a Guyanese, you know, because in America, if you identify as American, that just takes you back to slavery.
Right.
And nobody wants to, you know, it's all trauma all around the board. There's trauma. Nobody don't want that. You're trying to figure out how to dodge it, but you really can't dodge it. You just ignore it. You ignore it.
So did you know like any African people that were in America, and how did you relate to them?
So let's go way back. So growing up, nah. I'm sure that I did, because now I see names like Suleiman and things like that. Maybe they was African, right? You know, but we didn't know if they were African or not. It wasn't until I went to college.
Really?
Yeah, when I went to college, I remember, you know, my first college I went to, there was an African dude. I think he was on a soccer team, and he was not fitting in.
Really?
Yeah, because he was from Africa, and it was like a more.
So he was raised in Africa,
and then came out there.
I see.
So I remember, you know, people was like, "Yo, he red and stuff." This is what people were saying to me, right? So one day I went to go chill with him, and he was like just listening to reggae and Bob Marley and all that, and chilling. And me and him ended up chilling, like really chilling out, right, and having a good time, right. And he told me, he was like, "Yo, they don't understand me." That's what he said to me and stuff. But I was just like, yo, you black like me, so you know, I understand you, bro. You playing reggae and all that. I'm West Indian, so I understand that. Like, I'm vibing with you. But he was like, they didn't understand him and all that. But you know, white people could be harsh. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't know that. He just thought like, you know, he probably grew up in a country where white people come and we worship them. I mean, you know, in Africa, you know, you kind of, you know, you give them all laid out for them. So when he came in, he got hit with all of that racism. It probably messed him up, and yeah, he was out of there. I don't think he stuck around too long.
Really? So for me, you look like you're African.
No doubt, no
right?
doubt. Yeah.
So did you ever get people approach you like you're an African?
Nah, because when I open my mouth, it's like, you know, I'm from the town. So that's when I was growing up in America. Nobody was like, yo. You know, people be like, yo, you from the islands or something like that. Yeah, you get that, but you won't get like, you know, you was from Africa. But you know, when I went to my second college, because I played basketball, so they had me going to different colleges and playing. And when I went to Florida playing basketball, yeah, my roommate was from Botswana. And he was like, yo, you African, bro. And that's the first person that started telling me. And then, you know, they have a whole clique. So I was around him and this whole clique of like Africans and just international students in the whole, you know, outside of my basketball team. And yeah, that opened my eyes to a whole lot, you know, because he wasn't poor, you know what I'm saying? And the Nigerian people that became really good friends with me, who one of my good friends is the personal assistant to the president of Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah, right now today. So it's like, yeah, I went to international school in America. So a lot of the kids are doing well. But yeah, you know, it's funny. I studied international business in college and never thought I actually would be doing it. Yeah, it's so funny.
Okay.
So
I see. So when you had your first experience of coming to Africa, did you have in the back of your minds that you were going to see all these poverty that they had shown you on TV?
I thought it might have been here, but I did a lot of research once I got involved with the project with the music. So once I got involved with the project with the music, I started doing research. And when I seen what was going on in Ghana, I was like, yo, I don't know, I don't really see it, but what I do see are similarities. You know? So I'm all about the music, right? At that point, I'm like looking and seeing what's going on, and I'm seeing Stonebwoy, I'm seeing Shatta Wale, and that Shatta Wale was really that was polarizing to me to see an artist and have so many people moving with him in the streets.
Yeah.
I think that to me said that, yo, there's a pulse going on there that you're not familiar with,
right?
You know, and you need to find out more about it. So I really dived in and just found out about there was a whole different music scene, right? So I'm like doing research and figuring it out. So when I came here, I had a pulse of the music that's going on, what was going on in regards to the music. But I wasn't into Afro beats at the time, man. But it just, I fell in love with it, you know, with the music. So when I came here, it was incredible.
Yeah.
You know, I came here like off the plane, literally. I got off the plane.
Yeah. How did that feel?
It felt like it was a movie the whole time because it was December 31st. I was flying on the plane, literally December 31st.
Yeah.
So it's New Year's.
How long ago was that?
It's 2020.
Okay.
So I'm on a plane coming here, you know, but I was going back and forth after them. Because COVID broke out, I left.
Right.
But yeah, I was on a plane. It was a party. I met some Ghanaians, you know. There was some dope dudes, you know, some really movers and shakers out here. I'm glad that I met those guys, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog Murder, you know what I'm saying? No doubt. If you know, you know. But yeah, so you know, we hit it off and went to the club the first night. And literally it was bananas though. It was crazy because the people that I met on the plane, we was partying from like wherever our stop was. We had bottles and we literally had a party. You know, our New Year's break, we was popping bottles in the airport. I think we was in what's that layover in Africa, Morocco.
Oh, okay. Morocco. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were in Morocco and we were popping bottles, you know, it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And they were super cool dudes, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. I didn't know they was gonna be that cool. You know, coming from America, you know, I don't know, we really don't chill with each other like that. You know what I mean? And even when they in America, they look like us, they dress the same way, but you know, it's like, you know, everybody's kind of a little bit separate.
Is it because of the culture? Is that the
I think it is because you know, Africans that come to America don't play around. They really get to the bag. They really be hustling. Yeah. So you know, with that, you know, it's not. They don't have the vanity, I think, as much as we do. So they're not gonna be super fresh, like you know, or they're not going to be, you know, certain things, right? Yeah. And then the language barrier might keep people away, so people stick to what they know. But you know, that's just how it is. But these guys were super dope. Got off the plane. You know, I seen them in front of the club that they told me about. Yeah. And they were just driving by and was like seeing me and was like, "Yo, jump in the car." It was Range Rovers. You weren't scared like who are these people? Like you just because we just partied up. We turned up. You know, I'm from New York. I got a good vibe of people and what they doing. Yeah. So it was airlights. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know that. They was kind of impressed with me because I'm straight from the States and I'm in New York too. So it was a vibe that come through. You know what I'm saying? Chill with us. We want that type of energy over here, and I was welcoming that energy because that's the turn up that I'm coming from. Yeah. So I'm like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And actually, it was a great time. You know what I'm saying? We turned up in the club. Yeah. And then the next day we did it again, and the next day we did it again. December. And I think it was like 3 days straight. The fourth day was when I had the show with the artist. But I partied it up, and I really enjoyed myself. And then I started, you know, just getting into the land and different things and eating food and find out the price of stuff like that. Yeah. What was the reality of actually living in Ghana compared to the party life that you had experienced? What was the differences that you saw? Oh man, so it's a big difference. You know, when I came in, it was just partying, right? You just turning up. But when I left, I had a yearning to come back. You know, COVID was crazy in the States too. And then I had a yearning to come back because I really felt like, they lied to us. I really had a good time there. There's movie theaters, there's malls, you know, people dressing like this, like it was nothing what you was telling me. Plus, I started to find out like, you know, what things cost. So the cost of living was different. So it was a real yearning to want to just get back. So when I came back, I had an idea of what the apartments kind of cost. And that's what was my mission. My mission was like, let me get an apartment here. Yeah. So getting an apartment here and everything, you know, it's way different. The cost of living is so much different than in America. I think I paid basically what I would pay for a month of rent for a whole year of rent. Yeah, that is crazy, right? I'm telling you. So when they even told me that, I had a feeling, I thought I was actually trying to pay more And when it worked out less, I wanted to pay like around $300 a month, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
And it worked out to like about $120 a month. And I was like, shoot,
wow.
I just gave them them hundreds. Where like, go take this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I felt like I was getting over. But I think that, you know, there's levels of living here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So for me, I'm just glad that I lucked out on what I did end up getting, which is really good. I live in an estate. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. You know, it's a basketball court, tennis court, all of that. So it's pretty good. So it worked out for me. But you know, I think that people come here and they don't understand the cost and how things are.
Yeah.
So we kind of mess up the economy coming from the U.S.
What's the mistake you think that people make when they come here in terms of messing up the economy?
They don't get with the locals to try to find out how things are really moving. If you open your mouth in this economy in Ghana and Africa and you are speaking straight English and you can't even twang it a little bit, then you're going to get prices, you're going to get gouged a lot. It's just part of how it is, you know? So me being, you know, streetwise and understand I traveled, I let other Ghanaians talk for me when I'm negotiating things. I don't go to negotiate something because I don't feel I'm going to get the best price. You know what I mean? I don't get the number that I'm looking for. Now, other Ghanaians don't like when you do stuff like that because they feel like, yo, you shouldn't be looking out for them. They got it like that. You know, I guess where we come from, money going to tree, we're just picking it off the tree.
You didn't bring some with you?
Oh, yeah, the tree. Nah, I left the tree, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so, you know, things that might have been different. That's what you was asking me.
Yeah.
What could be different? What is different? I could travel on Uber and Bolt. It's way cheaper than America.
How much are you traveling for?
Yeah, I just came here. I think I spent like it was like $5. And I traveled the distance. If you're a New Yorker and I've traveled from like downtown Brooklyn all the way to Kings Plaza for $5, bro. I think it was like $5. It was further than that. It's further than that. But definitely from one part of Brooklyn to the other part of Brooklyn, I just traveled for what you call it, for $5.
Wow.
It was like $5.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's
crazy.
Really cheap.
It is. It's probably less than that, actually.
Dang. That's not bad, huh? Okay. Yeah, so you came to Ghana and your thing was music.
Yeah.
But then you ended up...
Yeah. Cashew Daddy brand.
How did that come about? These cashews are really nice, by the way. These are good. If you haven't seen these in the store, you should check them out. Go buy some. I'm his plug, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the Cashew Daddy brand, thank you so much. It came about just, you know, solving a problem for myself, and I ended up solving a problem for some other people too.
Okay.
So, you know, it kind of starts the same, but I love cashews, and I just wanted to buy more for myself. And that story just started, it started just like that. I wanted to get some more. You know, us as Americans, we're really inquisitive. I went on the internet. I started doing some research. Found out there's cashew country here.
Yeah.
Went down there, you know what I'm saying, with the grace of God, you know what I'm saying, the Most High, whatever you want to call it, divine intervention. I ended up, you know, bumping into the cooperative president, the whole cooperative of cashew farmers. It's several of them, but I bumped into one of them. And that's my partner to this day in regards to sourcing my cashews and also processing my cashews.
Wow.
Yeah, so I source directly from the farmers. So my products truly farm to table. Because it goes from the farm to the processing where we take it out of the shell directly to me. I manufacture the product into the Cashew Daddy brand, which is a unique taste. I choose to say it's the best cashews in the world. But you know, you can taste it and you let me know. It's definitely different, you know, within the market as far as cashews. So we feel like we're on to something here, a superior product.
So, but what gave you the drive to go from, I just want to have more cashews for myself to thinking this is going to be a great business?
No doubt. You know, it was one thing to the next. Just having an entrepreneurial spirit, right? So once I went and I ended up coming back with 100 pounds of cashews. Now, I just went, I didn't know what I was going to do. But in between that, it was like, you know, it was really kind of like divine. It was like one thing to the next. Then I came up with the name. So I had the name Cashew Daddy before I even had the 100 pounds of cashews.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. It was really, it was one of those things. It's a long story, but you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You want to hear it?
How long is it? How long?
It's long. It's long. But I'll give you the short version.
Okay.
So really simple. You know, I came up with the name. I got the 100-pound cashews. I came back to Accra, and I said, "Yo, I'm gonna put together a product." I was going to places to buy cashews for myself, and I couldn't find them. So what I did is when I put together the first prototype of the product, I just went right outside my door, literally. Like I went outside to the stores that were right adjacent from where I was living. First store denied it. They were like, no. The second store, they took half of everything I had in the bag. So I knew that I was on to something. I had like about 40 pieces or so.
Right.
And by the end of that day, when I went to stores, I finished the whole bag. I knew that I was on to something.
Oh,
so I
really?
repeated it.
Sold really quickly.
Yeah, because you remember, like, you solving a problem for yourself, you will always solve a problem for other people. So the stores that I went to were stores that I strategically went to stores that I knew I couldn't find it in there. Do you want this?
Right, right.
It's just like I put together the product. I couldn't do anything else but look at what other people had and put it together. I had no FDA. I had no barcodes on there. I swear I didn't have none of that. But I just felt like, yo, you know what? If I'm going to do this, because I really was on like my last leg of like, yo, I don't really know how I'm going to stay here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like people that come here and get stuck here running through their nest egg and stuff like that. So I was really on, you know, and I was doing a catering business and I felt like I wasn't really making money from that, right? I tried like about 2 things. The catering was like the second real venture that I got into. And so I felt like, yo, you know, let me try this. And it wasn't crazy, right? It wasn't like the startup wasn't heavy. You know, you're in a place in Africa where all the resources are. If you can understand packaging and stuff like that, you can get to manufacturing really quick. You know what I'm saying? The oil, the gold, the bauxite, all that stuff, that's for the politicians, you know what I'm saying? But what's for us is all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? The cocoa, you know what I'm saying, the cashews, you know, all these medicinal medicine that we're just looking right outside. You see them neem trees? So it's all there. It's all there for us. If you're a hustler and you understand packaging. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think you brought your hustle attitude that you had from the States to Ghana, and that's what helped you to stay?
I don't never let it leave me. You know, I had a time in life where I kind of like was like, yo, you know, I kind of got into some trouble. I was like, yo, I'm just going to do this thing like I'm going to get a job, do it like saying, you know, hustle. And, you know, I had some buddies, you know, snap me out of it, say, yo, bro, you don't never leave your hustle alone. You always can lean back on that. So I think it's a mentality. It's not necessarily a thing, but it's a mentality that I don't leave home without that, you know. And, you know, I think it allows me to, you know, continue to be hungry and innovative and creative within Africa. And you want that here. You want to have that mentality where, you know, it's like, all right, cool, I'm going to wake up today and I'm going to get to it. Right? And it's not easy to do that. It's not easy. But, you know, I understand that product, you know, because I'm coming from the background I come from. Yo, if you got something in the hand, you can get rid of it. And now if I got distributors, it allows me to have more hands to get rid of it. Right. And that's how I'm rocking.
Okay. So you went door to door and sold these yourself?
Yeah, I went door to door. Literally my first week, I think I had like maybe about 4 stores. After about 2 weeks, I had like about 10 stores. And then, you know, maybe a month and a half, I got a contract with Allied Gas Station with all of their locations. All of their locations throughout Ghana. And that was good, but it was a learning experience for me. I don't have that contract anymore, you know what I'm saying? I have others, but that was a learning experience for me because in Ghana, you know, they'll tell you they're gonna pay you in 60 days, but it really turns out to like, 30 days, but it turns into like 60 days, depending on who you're working with. So you really have to have your terms together. And understanding how you're going to distribute, right? So distribution ain't just like, yo, you got this and distribute it. You have to understand, you know, what, you know, your inventory. And these are things that I've learned, you know, so I understand how I'm distributing right now. So it was a learning experience. I think I had that contract for about a year or so. But yeah, I had to let it go because the payment, it wasn't conducive to keep cash flow into what I'm doing.
Okay, wow. Do you think that sometimes we overcomplicate business ideas? Because as you're explaining how you managed to do this, it sounds so simple.
Yeah.
But somebody else will come with a business plan and sit down and talk for months and months about how we're going to do this. But you just did it and just hit the streets.
And there's certain things like that, right? You learn now that you get to it, right? Now that I've gotten to it, right? And I've done something where people say, yo, how did you do this? I realize it's a simple thing. It should not be burdensome. There's going to be bureaucracy and there's going to be red tape in your processes, dealing with FDA and stuff like that. Let those things stop you. But I didn't let anything stop me to get out the gate and start a product. So I didn't start and have this snack pack. This snack pack came after I started other sizes. But what it did, it led me to be creative and continue to grow. So yeah, I just, you know, continue to just be innovative. So you can't let anything stop you when you're trying to do something. And like I said, it was a necessity. I was ready to get up out of here. Once I seen that, you know, it worked, right? So it wasn't crazy to start. It wasn't a lot of overhead to start it. Right? So I'm looking at plastic and all that stuff was local when I first started. These packaging though I get from outside, right? So I import this packaging. But when I first started, everything was here. So it wasn't very expensive to start.
We are right now, we're at T.Delight, right?
T.Delight.
T.Delight. Right. And they do some amazing breakfast items. And so, ooh, these pancakes look good. Oh, no, you have to let the camera see that. Oh, that looks good.
We'll give it to you first. Another one coming, right?
Okay. Okay.
You know, ladies first. Have to be a gentleman.
That's why being a gentleman.
That's why they call me daddy. Cashew daddy.
You're going to get yourself in trouble,
Cashew daddy.
Cashew daddy, yeah, no, amazing.
Yeah, these are great. That does look great. T.Delights. Thank you. Thank you, T.Delights.
Yeah, this is a great place. So it is located in East Legon.
East Legon, that's right. That's right.
So look it up there on Instagram. You can check them out and head over here.
Right across from Living Room.
There you go. So easy to find, right?
That's right. That's right.
So you were at a time where you thought, if I don't do something, I'm going to have to go home. Now, I know many people that have come to Ghana, try to start businesses, and they end up going home. What gave you that difference to be able to persevere and say, you know what, I'm going to ride this out and find something to do? What gave you that push?
I'll tell you, honestly, it's God alone and the ancestors. I don't even play with it, because there was no thought in my mind to be able to come to Africa. I had no thought about coming to Africa. So when I started with this cashew thing, right from the thought, and when I look back in hindsight, I could tell that, yo, this was it. You know, this was it. It might not have been it, but this was one of the things that you came to Africa for that you didn't even know. You know, one of them things that might have been written already. Because I know that way after I'm going, Cashew Daddy is still going to be around. You know, I'm just going to be a legacy brand that I'm building. You know, business-wise, I'm doing the things to make sure that I leave this for my family. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm not looking to sell, right? I have no debt with this company right now. I thank God for that. I thank God for the people that's supporting it right now that I'm starting. So yeah, you know, it's really brought a lot of purpose to my life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This looks great.
It does.
Yeah, and that's it. It's brought a lot of purpose in my life. So I'm looking forward to, you know, building a legacy with Cashew Daddy.
That's great. Okay. So do you think you're ever going to move back, or are you in Ghana for good?
Yeah, definitely. I think that, you know, I will venture back. But I think that, you know, the world is wide open to me. I feel like I got a second chance at this. Like, you know, I don't know, people laugh at me when I say it, but I feel like, you know, you don't get a second chance at life. And I think I'm doing it, you know, this is my second leg. And I want to see the rest of the world, you know what I'm saying? I want to see the rest of Africa, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful countries here. You know, it's a huge continent. And I want to see the rest of that.
So do you think that you have to have an entrepreneurial spirit to be here?
Yeah, you have to have an entrepreneurial spirit, because the opportunities are going to come. But if you don't, you're a person that, you know, you want a job, or somebody has to give you a job and tell you when to wake up and when to go to work and stuff like that. It's probably not the best place for you, because there's not jobs like that, even though there are jobs, right? But, you know, I think that independently, if you're an independent starter, you know, if you're, you know, you have an entrepreneurial spirit, you'll come here, you'll see the opportunities, and you'll do it like I did. Like you said, there wasn't no business plan. I didn't do none of that. You know, I wrote down, though, some of the things that I wanted to do, but Cashew Daddy wasn't one of them. Then when I went back and I looked at my stuff, I realized that, you know, I'm executing everything that I put on my book and on my whiteboard, right? I'm executing them. It's so funny when you write it down, it makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I would say that Cashew Daddy right now is probably like the one thing that kept me here.
Wow, you know? That's pretty amazing.
I bought land here. I'm working on that. Okay. You know, but Cashew Daddy is the thing that's keeping me here. You know, when I want to go back to the States, you know, and I do, right? But then it's like, yo, this is so new to me, and I'm doing so much with it that it's like it's hard to walk away from it.
Yeah. You have the pull. Africa has called you, huh?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm here to stay.
Respond when Africa calls you. You have to.
You can't play with that, right?
You can't, no. So where can people find you if they want to know a bit more about what you're doing?
Man. So definitely, you want to keep up with me. You know, I am on Instagram, Gusto the Great. Right. If you want to keep up with the brand, definitely on the brand, you could definitely check us out. It's the Cashew Daddy brand on Instagram. Also on www.cashewdaddy.com. You know, you can check us out, see what we have going on there. And yeah, you know, we're out there. We're on TikTok also. So it's just about building a brand. You know, there's a lot of moving parts. You know, I deal a lot with you know, the business side of what I'm doing. You know, I have a production team and you know, a partner that, you know what I'm saying, I thank God for, you know what I'm saying, help with a lot of the process and manufacturing my product. So, you know, the team is, I'm only as good as the team that's around me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the team. Y'all know who y'all are. And yeah, you know, it's all about just building this brand, you know, one step at a time.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that you came and you embraced, even though you had started off by seeing so many negative things, that didn't stop you in taking the step to come here. And, you know, you're here. You've been here how long now? Yeah,
I've been here over two and a half years now, straight.
That's
you know,
good.
2 years straight. Yeah, that was the mission. Good. The mission was to do at least a year. And then between that year, that's when I started the Cashew Daddy brand. So I haven't even started Cashew Daddy brand that long. Thank God that, you know, things are moving in the way it has. But yeah, it's all new to me. You know, and just building, I feel like, yeah, you know, sky is limitless, as Go Black would say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, we're just going to ride this thing out.
Awesome. I love it. Wow. Well, guys, you know, our pancakes are here, so we have to wrap up this video because I don't want to eat cold pancakes, you know what I'm saying? No doubt, and I ain't eating on camera, I'm sorry.
You know me, I'm about to bust up.
He ain't waiting.
I was ready to bust up.
Awesome. So thank you for talking to me today.
No problem at all.
And I appreciate the pancakes because the pancakes are honoring him.
Yeah, I just want to say to you, like, you know, I watch you from Natural Ghana Girl, you know what I'm saying? You know, Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? We mess with you. Brooklyn shout out, you know, my people's wanted me to shout you out. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, who that guy? I said, yo, I got an interview with her. But yeah, you know, I'm proud of you and what you're doing, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yo, I read your book. I read some of your book, not the whole thing.
You did?
I did.
Oh. Thank you so much.
You inspire me too. So, you know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for doing your thing. And thank you for, you know, hitting me up to get this opportunity.
Absolutely. I really wanted to speak to you. So, it's great.
It's all love.
Yeah.
It's all love.
It's making me blush now.
Cut it out, though. Yeah, so.
Yeah, but that's great. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Go ahead, and you have a channel, right? Yes, I do. So, you know, you can hit us up, you know what I mean? You can hit me up if you want to see some more of what I'm doing. I'm basically Gusto the Great on Instagram. I'm also rewriting my story on YouTube. So rewriting my story, you know what I'm saying? I do a little bit of morning motivations. You know, I got to be a little bit more consistent. But y'all hit me up, I will be. Yeah, and this the Cashew Daddy. It's Cashew Daddy till the wheels fall off. And feel free to, you know, hit me up. You know, my information is on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too big to answer emails and phone calls, you know, so just hit me up. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much once again to Selly's Choice for sponsoring this video. Don't forget, head over to their website, www.sellyschoice.com, and pick yourself up some amazing pure mulberry silk products. Well, that's the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. Until next time, we are out. This is our Love it.